Hello, Internetians! My name is Josh A. Guildsler, your coach of the New York Metagross. Welcome back to ICBA. This is going to be our Week 4 battle going against my boy, man, Aaron, 2420 coach of the Calgary Infernapes. Longtime friend of mine, and so excited to be able to play him again. Be sure you go check him out in the description below. Now then, as I said, this is my Week 4 battle. This is my second battle of the ICBA on the channel. We started 0-2, or we picked up a team 0-2. Won last week, so now we're 1-2, and hopefully we're going to be able to break even this week as we face my man Aaron's scary draft. Let's jump right into this draft, shall we? So my man Aaron has a Mega Metagross, one of the scariest, ridiculous mods to ever have to try and switch into. Insanely good, insanely strong, and insanely scary. I'm not sure what he's going to bring for coverage, though. I tossed this around forever. I know Ice Punch is coming. I know Thunder Punch is coming. I was positive on Meteor Mash, but I wasn't sure on the fourth move. So, like, those three moves I was so certain on, and I thought the last move was going to be Bullet Punch, like Zen Headbutt, maybe Earthquake, Stealth Lock, Agility, Home Claws, like anything could go in the last slot, but I'm so confident about those first three. Hammer Arm, too, I don't know if I said that. But very scary mon for me to deal with. Goodra, a very, very scary, not really scary, to be honest, not against my team. I have decent switch-ins. But a very bulky mon. I typically see Assault Vest, but can also run choice items, has a really good coverage, can go mixed, etc. Really good on his rain team. He also has a Nidoqueen, which is, I believe, his only Stealth Rock setter. It's one of two, maybe two Stealth Rock setters. I'm not sure if Barbarical gets it, but he also has Toxic Spikes. The Nidoqueen is very, very scary for my team because I have no switch-ins to it, and I have to play very carefully around this. As if it's Sure Force Life Orb, it basically picks up a kill almost every single time it comes in. Pelipper is a rain setter. It gets U-Turn, it gets Rain, it's Roost, Defog, U-Turn, Scald, Hurricane, Ice Beam. Not a lot of diversity there, but it still does very good with at what it does, which is setting Rain, U-Turning out. So either Blaziken, that's going to be one of his Zmon users. Blaziken he's actually using it really well this this season. Very, very well. I'm very surprised at how good he's using it, because it's usually pretty dull for me. However, it's there. It can be a Zmon user, and it's very scary for me to switch into. I don't have a lot of the best switch-ins. It kind of made me think that it might actually come. So he has a Comfey. Comfey, of course, something I prep horribly for. But to Calm Minesweeper, Triage is very nice as its ability, getting priority to Draining Kiss, Synthesis. If it gave it to Leechy too, that'd be amazing. It has great speed, but its lackluster physical defense leaves it very prone to getting stopped. So Cacturne, I believe that's his main pick of the season. It can set up spikes. It's a cactus. Grass Dart does things sometimes. Maybe. Might do a thing. Ludicolo is going to be his rain sweeper of choice. He drafted a rain team I kind of like. I really like this rain team just because it's not full rain. His only main rain sweeper is Ludicolo, and then he has a couple mons that abuses, or can take advantage of rain, I should say. But Ludicolo is a very scary mon to deal with. This was one of my, like, the ones I was scared of in prep. However, I do have stuff like Volcanion, which can switch in on it very well. Celesteela, which can potentially take 2 Hydro Pumps from a Life Orb, Ludicolo, etc. Barbarical sets up, he can basically win. Maybe. It depends on what he brings and everything. Depends on what mons are healthy. So I have to be very careful of what Barbarical does to me. What it can do to me. And what it will do to me. Hopefully I don't see it. Ludicolo is also one of his Emons, I forgot to say that. Togedemaru actually can on this match. Because it switches into my Gardevoir, it switches into my Rock Step from Lycanroc. It basically can just tear open my team if he runs the right set. Okay. Let me fix my music. But yeah, it can basically it can almost pick up a kill every single time it comes in. Let me pull up my full roster. So like, my Electric Resist, basically if I don't bring Gliscor or Chestnut, it does really well, but it can U-turn out on those and get if it in initiative. So it's really, I was really thinking that was going to come, to be honest. And then finally Zapdos, phenomenal Mon. Phenomenal Mon format. Great defensive typing, great defensive bulk, great defensive options, great offensive stats. Just great all around. A fantastic Mon that I'm really not looking forward to. I definitely expected an offensive one because my electric assists aren't the best. But anyway, so for what I think he's going to bring, I was so dead set. There was not a doubt in my mind that the following 4 Mons were going to come. Okay. I was so positive Mega Metagross was going to come, that Goodra was going to come, that Nidoqueen was going to come, and that Zapdos was going to come. The last 2, I was thinking of many things. Pelipper plus Ludicolo is a definite possibility. Togedemaru plus blank was very possible. Either Comfey or Blaziken. Maybe even Barbaracle. He had anything that you could put in those last 2, but those big 4 is what I was really expecting. So anyway, getting into how I built this team. So, immediately, the second I saw this team, the second I saw his defensive threat, the second I saw his speed tiers and everything, I knew 100% that I wanted my Mega Gardevoir. Mega Gardevoir is very, very nice, and his only good switch-ins to it are his 2 steel types. So, Mega Gardevoir, I believe you are Dove, Miss Dove Cameron, and you had the Synchronize. Okay, I wanted to Synchronize before. I didn't really see anything that I could trace. Could have to Mega Evolve third turn. And I knew 100% I wanted Will-O-Wisp. And of course Hyper Voice. The last 2 moves I wasn't too sure on. After looking at this for a while, I was so positive that the Togedemaru. Togedemaru is his fastest Mon, or that I could outspeed. So basically, his features go Zapdos and Comfey, then Togedemaru, then Pelipper. Or not Pelipper, but Blaziken and Goodra. So, I knew I could run max speed and outspeed the Togedemaru. However, I was so positive that it's either going to be Scarf or No Speed Assault Vest that I didn't really feel like that was necessary. So, I'm actually only going to run enough for the base 80s. I'm going to run that. I'm actually going to run max special attack, and I'm going to run, I believe, 44 and then 4 and 4. Yeah. So, that's my Mega Gardevoir. As of right now, I will come back and fill in those last 2 slots later. But I knew I wanted that. And I also knew that 100% I wanted my Lycanroc Dusk. And I knew this set was really easy for me. So I wanted my Lycanroc Dusk, and I wanted you to be shiny, so because you are Blue Moon. And I wanted... I believe I have Expert Belt on you. I have a Life Orb. I have just straight Life Orb, which is rare for me. So I have a Life Orb. I knew I wanted either Expert Belt or Life Orb. I ended up with Life Orb just to give the extra power. I knew I wanted Stone Edge. I knew I wanted a Celorock. And I knew I wanted Drill Run for the Nidoqueen. And I wanted... I immediately started looking through the moves, and I knew I wanted Sucker Punch. Because Sucker Punch was able to hit the Mega Metagross and avoid Speed Tie. I was so confident on that 4th slot being Bullet Punch just for my Mega Gardevoir and Lycanroc Dusk. And I even thought that maybe he didn't have might not have Mash. But Mash is just so good against me, so I was like up in the air. And I didn't really need any bulk, so I just went max speed and max attack for damage and speed time with Mega Metagross. Actually, yeah, speed time with Mega Metagross. On the off chance that I think Sucker Punch won't kill, and I think Drill Run will, and I don't think he has Bullet Punch, etc., etc. So, I started with that. I started with that really, really fast. So on the next thing I thought of was I need a way to switch into Mega Metagross. Mega Metagross is a really, really big threat. And I thought Celesteela for a long time. But I was so confident that Thunder Punch was coming, which could have 2-hit KO'd me after Rocks if I didn't get a Leech Seed up. I didn't want it. I wanted something, else. And, long story short, the only thing else that could even come close to switching into it is my Licky Licky. And I wanted Helmet, because I wanted that thing chipped down so I could put it in range of my Lycanroc Dusk, which I really thought was going to end up being my Wincon. So, I'm having Oblivious because I want Wish Protect. I do not want the Cloud9. I'm sorry. I do not want Cloud9 because Cloud9 is incompatible with what I want with Wish Protect. So I knew I wanted Wish Protect. I did not want Rest Sleep Talk. I wanted Rest Sleep Talk. So this is gonna be Diamonds, level 50, and I wanted EQ. It's the strongest move I have that hits Mega Metagross. But I could. Well, no, I don't think it gets Earth Power. So yeah, I wanted Earthquake, and then I wanted Toxic, just because I knew that the initial switch into this was gonna be Zapdos, and I wanted to wear that thing down as well. And I didn't want to mess around with Spadef. I didn't want to mess around with anything. I wanted max defense. If he is not Hammer Arm, then I can not get too carried by Meteor Mash, and I can like Wish Protect up and just like sit there and chip him down with Rocky Helmet, which is good. So this also helps me with like a couple other things, like I can take certain hits from, like, I'm not too scared of Licky with this unless he has Focus Blast specifically or All Out Pummeling. I take Rain Boosted Hydro Pump decently well-ish. But it's mainly here for Mega Metagross. Once I get Mega Metagross breaking down, it's going to be a lot better. So, at this point, I also knew that I wanted Volcanion in some capacity. I did not know what I wanted, but I wanted Volcanion. And here's where I got stuck. I did not really know what I wanted on these last two Pokemon. How do I spell this? This is A-E-U-E-A. A-E-U-A. So I looked at this. I thought I might as well finish this up. After lots of debate myself of what these last two moves were going to be, I wanted to be able to stall out Trick Room, or not Trick Room, but Rain, in case he brought it. So I want to Protect. But this also, in case I burn something, this also helps me get chip damage off on the Mega Metagross. And it also lets me scout stuff like the Blaziken, the Zapdos, the Togedemaru, in case I think it's Scarfed. The Goodra, see what it's going to go for, what moves it has. It allows me to do very, very nice things. So, we are going to be running with the Protect. And then finally, for the last move, I decided that I wanted to be able to hit Mega Metagross harder over hitting Nidoqueen. So Nidoqueen kind of walls me, but I'm okay with that. So I'm going to go with Shadow Ball. And that's my Mega Gardevoir, and it does a lot of work to him. So these are the three mons that I want. I also knew at this point that I did not have Rock, so I wanted a Rocker, but I also did not want to deal with his hazards. His hazards are very annoying to me, especially Toxic Spikes. So I wanted a Defogger, and I wanted him to set up Rocks for the last two. However, while I have two mons that can do both at the same time. I did not really want. I wanted one Stealth Rock or one Defogger, but after like debate and throwing around everything, I realized that was not going to happen. So I ended up having to choose one that could do Stealth Rocks and Defog, and I didn't want Gliscor, so I ended up with Empoleon. Specifically, I wanted Empoleon for the sole reason that I felt like it could do better against the Nidoqueen, even though I'm weak to its stab. So I have Skipper here, Male, and I have a Sugar Berry. And I knew that I didn't really need too much. I knew I wanted Stealth Rock, Defog, Scald. And for the last move, I ended up going with, I believe, Roar. So, yeah, Roar. And what Roar does is allows me to get rid of anything. It just allows me to roar stuff out, specifically like the Comfey. Because, spoiler, I'm not actually going to be bringing Celesteela this match, which is weird. So, just go with it. But Sugar Berry allows me to come in on what I believe to be Nidoqueen clicking Rocks, which I think is going to be the first thing it clicks when it gets out. And potentially be able, and with my Sugar Berry, be able to defog. And then pressure him with Skull to where he can't get a Rocks again, and then go out to something like a Lycanroc or Mega Gardevoir or something and force him out. So, I want enough speed to outspeed what I think is a uninvested Nidoqueen, so I have 100 in speed. And then I have the rest in my defense, so I can take on the Mega Metagross a little bit better, because getting damage off on that with Scald is very nice. I'm also Rain boosted, and if I'm low, Torrent boosted, so that's going to hurt a lot. And for the final mon, oh my god, I threw this around forever. I thought about it top of my Celesteela. Actually, I believe I'm going to back and finish this first. So, I wanted this as a switching to the Ludicolo, so I ended up with the Salt Vest again. And I believe The set is virtually the same. Okay. Yeah, it's virtually the same as last time. So, I went Flame Charge, obviously. Ooh, I'm opening stuff I didn't mean to open. Whatever, I'll get back to that. Flame Charge. Obviously, I want Steam Eruption. It's rain boosted. It's stab. And I wanted Hidden Power Electric for the Pelipper, and I wanted Sludge Wave for the Ludicolo. Hit it as hard as possible. I wanted to outspeed... I can't remember what this is outspeeding. It's outspeeding something. It's outspeeding something. I wanted that much speed. It does something, I'm sure. But I also wanted max HP to take on generally everything. Specifically the Ludicolo. 16 and 4 because of the EV, so I went with a Modest Nature. And this gives him speed. I don't remember what it does. Oh no, I remember what it does now. +1 allows me an outspeed of Mega Metagross. So there's that. There, see, I remembered. And that gives me a lot of bulk, and it gives me a little bit of special attack to be still be able to hit hard. 167 special attack is not the greatest, but it is still very, very strong. So those are those 5 mons. And at this point, I knew I wanted for my last mon to be more of an offensive mon. I have some good bulk. I have Volcanion, which can switch in on stuff like the Ludicolo. I have this, which can switch in on stuff like the Zapdos and Toxicate, and Mega Metagross a little bit. Nidoqueen, I don't have a switch into on my entire draft, so fuck it. Blaziken's not coming. I'm positive Blaziken is not coming. Like, I've decided that right now. That it could come, but I was very confident that it would not come, to be honest. So, for this last mon, like I said, I threw up a lot of stuff. I wanted offense. I thought of a Striker. I thought of a Double Dance Drapion. But I ended up specifically with Salamence. And Salamence, I also just had to throw around for a while because Rain was very scary. At this point, I was more confident that Rain might come. But also, like, I was still kind of like, maybe Comfey could come. Comfey, I was thinking, could come just for the fact that I have a Salamence, so I wasn't able just to spam Dragon-type moves. Sure, Mega Metagross could come in on Dragon-type moves, but I have a Rocky Helmet, Licky Leaves, which can be wearing it down, potentially burning it with Mega Gardevoir. So I wanted this. And I did not know I wanted. And let me tell you, when I threw up just about every set you can imagine, I threw up about every set you can imagine. Special, Mixed Life Orb, Dragon Dance, Yachi Berry, Flying EMZ, Ground EMZ, freaking everything. And I always came up with a weird feeling that I did not like it wasn't good enough. How was it going to get up 2 Dragon Dances was basically what it came to. How do I get up 2 Dragon Dances with this Salamence to outspeed a Ludicolo under Rain or a Barbaracola +2? And after so long of thinking, I found out the answer. I don't. But I can get up a Tailwind, which is very nice. So for moves and item, I ended up with a Moxie ability. I did not want Intimidate. I wanted Moxie, because I'm not going to be boosting my attack with Dragon Dance. I'm going to be boosting my speed only when I speed with Tailwind. So I wanted that. I also wanted something to give me that Moxie boost. Something hitting hard, hitting fast, or not fast, but something hitting really hard that will just nuke anything in front of me and give me that Moxie boost. So I ended up with Dragonium Z. Dragonium Z gave me that one-time ridiculous hard-hitting move to be able to break through something and give me my Moxie boost. And with all that, I knew I ended up having to go with EQ for the Mega Metagross and Iron Tail for the Comfey. And I knew I had to run that. And I would have loved to run Yachi Berry so much so I could potentially not have to worry about basically whatever freaking Ice-type move he throws at me. Because I was in the battle, I was very scared that an Ice-type move was just going to come for me. On every single mon was going to have an Ice-type move. But anyway, this is what I ended up with. I was really confident with this team. I was very scared of Mega Metagross. However, everything else I felt like was very well covered. I like the options I have. I like the offense I have. And let us just jump into this game now, shall we? So, as you can see, as predicted, my man Aaron, 2420, brings the big four that I expected. Gudra, Mega Metagross, Zapdos, and Nidoqueen, and his two that he opted for was Rain. So, very scary, to be honest. Was not overly excited to be facing this. However, No Comfort was really nice because I could spam Dragon moves a lot better with my Salamence, which I thought could potentially be one of my win cons, that and Lycanroc. No Togedemaru is really nice because his only real good switch in to Mega Gardevoir is now his Mega Metagross. No Barbaricle's good, so I don't have to worry about that setting up and sweeping me. Blaziken, I didn't really care because I had a million things that outsped it. And, no Cacturne, whatever. And then finally, I think that's it. So, let's just jump into this battle. I knew 100% that I wanted my rocks at this game, so I'm going to lead off with my Empoleon. It also matches up very well against his entire team, except for like the Zapdos. If he leads Nidoqueen, I'm going to scald it immediately. But anyway, I'm going to lead off here with my Empoleon, and he's going to lead with Gogurt, his Gudra. And I knew that an Earthquake was coming. I knew that an Earthquake was coming, but I was so adamant about getting up my rocks that I kind of forgot that I probably want to get rid of his rocks with my for my Nidoqueen, or get rid of his rocks with from the Nidoqueen. So I was so adamant about just clicking rocks that I was okay with losing my Sugar Berry. And if the rocks end up bugging him, he's going to defog them anyway, and he's going to get rid of the rocks on my side of the field. So I'm going to turn one. I'm going to go for the Stealth Rocks, as he is going to fire off an Earthquake. It's going to pop my Sugar Berry. It's going to do virtually nothing. And we're in this position now. He reveals to be faster than me, which is very interesting. However, I will get into that later. I believe this is also a recreation, I should add. We disconnected, and it was very, very sad voice. But anyway, I'm going to go out here to my Licky Licky because I can take an Earthquake, I can take a special Dragon-type move if he decides to go for that, and I can protect the Scout what he's going to do. Or, what I'm more likely going to do is, I know that the Zapdos is coming in, I knew that in prep that his switch-in was going to be his Zapdos, so I'm going to fire off a Toxic and start putting that thing on a timer, which is very nice for my Salamence, because this is really his best check to the Salamence, and he's going to reveal to be Pressure, which is fine. I'm going to get this Toxic off, I'm going to start whittling down the Zapdos, and I'm going to be happy, boys. Now then, I know even if unless this thing is like specs, I'm going to be able to take this thing on decently well. So here I'm going to fire off a Wish, because I can take on whatever he wants to go for, and if he goes for Toxic on Fort, if he goes for Volt Switch, that's good, because I'm now in with a Licky Licky that basically can take any hit from anything on his team. And he's going to do that much to me, and that's going to tell me immediately that he is some sort of at least offensively invested. And he's going to go into his Mega Metagross, which I was like, this is perfect. First of all, definitely has Hammer Arm. That just screams to me, I have Hammer Arm. Hi, Josh. Unfortunately, I am in range of Hammer Arm, so I am going to have to go for Protect. If he goes for the Home Claws on Fort, but I'm going to go for Protect to get my health back. And he is going to reveal the Hammer Arm that I knew was coming. So I'm like, alright, Hammer Arm, Bullet Punch / Meteor Mash, Ice Punch, T-Punch. Guaranteed. So, now at this point, I just want to get off damage. I'm going to start Wish Protecting. He's going to actually go for Ice Punch, predicting me to switch out, which is great, honestly. I'm going to go off for Wish, predicting Hammer Arm, because I knew I could whittle this thing down with the Rocky Helmet. And now because I know that he is going to be going for the Hammer Arm this time, and my Licky Licky has a good amount of health, I'm actually going to get in my Volcanion, because from full, my Volcanion does eat any hit from this thing. So I'm going to go into this. If he Thunder Punch, it's good for him. But if he goes for Hammer Arm, I'm going to be able to take it. I'm going to be able to get the Wish back. I'm going to be able to get back up to full. And I'm going to be able to immediately start threatening this, because Hammer Arm's going to put him at -1. That means I'm faster than it. So, he's going to switch out, obviously. And I believe I'm going to fire off a Steam Eruption. I'm going to fire off a Steam Eruption here. He's going to go into Gudra. And I'm going to get the burn, which did not happen in the original battle, which kind of sucks. However, Me and Aaron, I believe we discussed it afterwards, we both said it's not going to matter anyway. His only physically offensive move, spoiler, is going to be the Earthquake. And it really did not play any kind of part in the battle. So, I'm going to switch out here. I want to know what he's going to go for. I believe it's not going to be a Sludge Wave. I believe it's going to be a Thunderbolt, most likely, which it does end up being, which I can take with my Gardevoir. And now that the thing is in, I am confident that Mega Metagross is about to come out. There's nothing else on his entire team that he can switch into my Mega Gardevoir. And I was wrong, because he's going to go to Pelipper as I click Will-O-Wisp. If I click Type Force, I would be in a lot better position throughout the entire game. So that mispredict is going to actually put me back, and you'll see why later, because this thing would have been super, super low. But anyway, I'm going to Mega Evolve with my Gardevoir. I'm going to click the Will-O-Wisp. And then on the next turn, oh no, I'm going to click Protect. That's right, because I believe Will-O-Wisp missed the original battle. Did it? I'm not sure. Wow. Oh, thanks for my music dying. If only my, internet service could load the video fast enough. But anyway, so he's going to withdraw here. He's going to U-turn on out. I protected originally in the original game to scout to see if he's going to be Scarf or anything. And if he was Scarf, I knew he was now going for U-turn. So, I'm going to switch out here. I don't want to take this thing on. I do not have psychic coverage. So, he now basically knows that I'm most likely not psychic. So he's going to go to his Nidoqueen. He's going to get up his rocks, take the advantage then. And he's going to go for Earth Power. And this is going to be great. It's going to be great. He's going to kill me. So I don't get a defog off. But I'm going to go to my Volcanion. Because at this point, I'm kind of I'm not sure what his set is going to be. And I'm positive. I'm super positive at this point. Looking at his team, looking at his the build of his team, this Nidoqueen is 100% Shookaberry. 100%. This thing is definitely Shookaberry. Probably defensive. And I have to have some special attack investment to outcome my Empoleon from its range. The range that I was at. But I'm so confident that the thing is Shookaberry. I'm going to go to my Volcanion. With my Assault Vest, I live a modest Sheer Force Earth Power from this Nidoqueen. It has to be Life Orb to knock me out. I'm so confident it's Shookaberry. It's not going to be Life Orb. So he's going to go for the Earth Power. And my Volcanion dies. So he's Life Orb. He's timid Life Orb. So I'm going to go to my Legron Dust. I'm like, well, fine. You're obviously not Shookaberry. Then you're not going to live this. I'm going to go to my Legron Dust. I'm going to put this thing in the dirt. And I'm going to go for Drill Run and kiss this Nidoqueen goodbye. I ain't living. This is Life Orb, Black and Rock Dust. Tough Claws boosted Drill Run. Life Orb boosted Drill Run. Goodbye. You are not living that. And this puts immediate pressure on him. Like, he does not like this mon. He's going to go out to the Ludicolo. And I'm like, hey, you. How are you doing? I'm going to get out of there. I cannot sack the thing. I need that. Mega Metagross is actually really weakened, so I don't mind taking some damage with my Licky. And here he's going to go for Hydro Pump, and he's going to miss. Which blows a lot. I think we discussed afterwards what I would have done. Like, there's a lot of theory money going around with this turn. He could have potentially killed me from the range I was at. Water MZ would have definitely killed me afterwards, because spoiler alert, he's Water MZ. But, that really sucked. It definitely really sucked. I think that I could just, like, we were both agreeing that no matter what, like, it did not lose him the game. Whatever. It was, like, really unfortunate. It did not lose him the game. Hitting it would not have lost me the game. It was just really sucky. It was just really shitty in general. I remember I had a plan of what I would have done if that would have hit and killed me. I don't remember what it is. Moving on. So I'm going to go Protect here. Try and stall out rain turns, because I know he's going to stay and go for Hydro Pump again. As he actually goes for the Hydro Vortex, which is not good. However, I do know that rain ends this turn. I know that afterwards I can live any hit from this thing. But my Licky being alive is just really annoying for him now. I could have gone into my Legend of Dusk after the rain ended, and I could have just clicked Stone Edge and gotten a kill, because I would have outbeaten everything else. But it's just really shitty how it ended up going. Anyway, he's going to switch out here, knowing that I'm going to go for Wish, or whatever. And he's going to go to his Mega Metagross trying to offensively pressure me again. Which I thought was great, because if he hits me, he's, I believe, in range 100% of the Sucker Punch from my Lightning Rock Dust. No, he's 100% in range of the Drill Run. So I'm going to go for Protect here. I'm going to get my HP back. If he wants to go for Hammer Arm, he can. Doesn't matter. I have Protect. And at this point, I'm wondering how I'm going to end up winning. Because I'm in an interesting spot. I plan on winning with my Lightning Rock Dust, to be honest. I'm going to try and break open what he has left with my Salamence, and I'm going to try and win with Lightning Rock. So, I get that damage off on him. If he comes in on rocks again, he's 100% in range of Sucker Punch. I'm very happy, boys, about that. I'm going to go for Wish. And he's going to switch out into, I believe, his Ludicolo. As I end up going for Protect, trying to, again, whittle him down. So here, I get my wish come true. I'm going to attack this thing. I believe I click Toxic, trying to will this thing down. He's going to go for Focus Blast, not messing around. And he is going to get a crit. Which, it makes it a little bit for the Hydro Miss. Like, I think the Hydro Miss matters way more. Way more. But, he does get that, and that's really unfortunate. And let me tell you why that's unfortunate. I'm going to go into Salamence, but let me tell you why that's unfortunate. If I clicked Toxic and gotten this thing just a little bit wheeled down, he was in range of a Cellar and Lightning Rock just completely destroyed him and the game was over. If I had gotten that Toxic off, it would have been whittled down, it would have been a lot easier. Now, I'm in a predicament. I have to go into Salamence. I definitely have to go into Salamence. I need to save my Gardevoir, and you'll see why later. I need to save my Lightning Rock. It wins me the game. And I have to play this game with him. My other option was going to Gardevoir, force him out, trying and set up the Tailwind on the Pelipper instead. Because this thing definitely has Ice Beam. This thing 100% has Ice Beam. But the Pelipper, I'm confident it does. I feel like if I were him, I'd bring Ice Beam on, or Ice moves on every single Pokemon to prevent this thing from being able to do anything. But I ended up with the idea that it's better to try and set up on this. Basically, they're screaming at him that I'm Yache Berry. And that's what he's gonna kind of believe that a little bit. That I might be able to take one hit. Or that I'm going to go for Dragon Dance. He's very confident I'm going to go for Dragon Dance here. Basically. And he knows that if I'm on +1, I will not speed him if he's under Rain Dance. Which is not active, so he's going to manually set it. This turn scared me. But when I saw that thing stay in, I thought he clicked Ice Beam and I thought I was in a really bad spot. But he clicks Rain Dance. I'm in a very good spot now. And I'm just going to start going for it. My Salamence is in. My Salamence does not have switch-ins. I'm going to fire off the devastating Drake, and this Zapdos is getting put in the ground. So we're going to fire off this Dragonium Z. Bam! Open those jaws. Devastating Drake is going to come off, and spoiler alert, this Zapdos is not taking it. I believe even if it was physically defensive, it was not taking it at 50%, and it definitely wasn't... If it did, it definitely was not taking the toxic damage afterwards. So, Devastating Drake is going to come off, and it's going to blow this thing out of the water. And that's going to give me my Moxie boost. So, here comes some unfortunateness. Not really like unfortunate as in hacks. But he's going to go into Goodra. And the unfortunate thing is, what do I do here? I have no idea what to frickin' do here, because... if I outrage, he can go into Mega Metagross, take 2, and then be able to knock me out. However, he's in range of +1 Earthquake. And that's what I'm going to go for. I believe he did not think, I guess he didn't think I had Earthquake, and then I would just go for a Dragon-type move. But I do have the Earthquake. I am able to knock out this Goodra, which is very good. That was actually Scarfed Goodra, which would have stopped my Lycan Rock, so that's very nice that I get rid of that. And at this point, I've basically won. He just doesn't know it yet. He goes into this Ludicolo, or to this Pelipper. The only thing that's stopping me from winning is the fact that Ludicolo is not in range of any attack, priority attack from my my Lycan Rock. And Stone Edge can miss. So that's what's hindering me right now. Is the fact that I didn't hit that Toxic. I didn't get the damage off on Ludicolo that I need. So that's kind of what's holding me back. He goes into Pelipper. Good play in my opinion. I'm gonna click Outrage. I know it's another 50-50. If he goes Metagross, but I'm going to click Outrage. Tailwind does end this turn. However, I'm going to be able to kill off that Pelipper, and he only has 2 mons left versus my... Well, it's going to be 2, because Tailwind's going to win Peter out, and he can go into either one of his mons and kill me. However, let's get into this end game. This end game is very, very important. So, I'm gonna click whatever. He's gonna click Ice Beam. He's gonna knock me out. I'm not going to berry. I'm dying. Bye. Goodbye, Salamence. You did well. 3 kills. Thank you. So, Salamence dies. And the rain stops. I go to Mega Gardevoir. And let me talk about this play. Let me talk about these plays. So, no matter what, my play is Shadow Ball. In my head, my play is 100% Shadow Ball. Spoiler, I'm going to go for it. If he stays in, he's in range of my attack from Lightning Rock. If he goes to Mega Metagross, it dies. I'm 100% spamming Shadow Ball until I'm dead. So here, he's going to go for Hydro Pump. I knew I outsped it, and I knew that I could potentially take one. Shadow Ball was always my play. And I'm actually able to 2KO this Ludicolo, which is beautiful. And now it comes down to this. So, he goes into Mega Metagross, and I'm like, this is great. I can just end this now because I'm going to be able to out-prioritize him. He has the Bullet Punch, guys. This... I'm going to edit in what ended up happening. Alright. Right now, I'm going to edit in what ends up happening right here. Because it's a speed tie. It is a speed tie. Both of those are 110 speed. My Sucker Punch versus his Bullet Punch. Oh. Here's what happened. So Sucker Punch picks me up to KO. And in one of the closest matches, in one of the best matches, in one of the most fun, memorable matches I have ever had, Lycanroc just barely comes through and wins me this game 1-0 versus Aaron. We're 2-2. We're broken even. We're 2-2. 0 differential. Insanely amazing game versus Aaron. A beautifully orchestrated game. Both me and Aaron were like freaking out afterwards. Like we were messing each other. Like it was phenomenal. It actually didn't matter though. He sent me the team. He wasn't max speed Metagross. He forgot about Sucker Punch. However, I did not know that. I hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. I really do. I hope you guys enjoyed this game. Click like, click subscribe. Go check out Aaron. Go click likes on his videos. Go click subscribe to his channel. He is one of my favorite content creators, and he's actually a GBA D-League coach. So, rooting for him there. A GG to my man Aaron. And next week we are going to be taking on EXP Awesome and his Boston Togetic. And cannot wait for you guys to see that game. But for now, that is that. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Peace.